Hello, my amazing friends. Thank you so much for joining me. How are you? My name is V Valera, and I'm the author of Readers. Info on how to buy my novel is in the description box below. Please check it out. There are also links to my other platforms where you can connect to me. So today I'm doing a reading for the Divine Masculine. The Divine Masculine for the super full moon. So at first I was going to do a reading just for the super full moon for the collective, but I got a whisper today to do a reading for the Divine Masculine Feminine for the super full moon. So let us begin. On your deck today, I have several crystals I thought that would be great for your great energy for your reading. I have the amethyst crystal for calm and peace. I feel like the divine masculine needs that right now, going through this quarantine. And I also have my tiger's eye for courage, and it's also for protection. And then I have my salt and pepper jasper, which I have a lot of affection for because it's a crystal for balance. Balance is always key. We don't want to be any which way extremely. The middle is always the best. All right, so let's get started. Now I've shuffled extensively off camera. I'm going to shuffle more on camera, especially for those new to tarot. I find it's just helpful for them to see the process. Although there is a lot of preparation before I begin rolling the cameras. Okay, I've also prayed and meditated on the cards, so now I'm going to ask the spirits for any messages they have for the Divine Masculine for the super full moon. Here we go. Okay, Divine Masculine, let's open up out there. Right, here we go. First card. Sorry, let me just turn up your lighting a little bit. Sorry about that. I start these recordings with a certain amount of sunlight, but it changes. Okay, that didn't fall. Wow, okay. Divine Masculine. We'll get there. Didn't fall. Just asking, dear spirits, please grant us any messages for the Divine Masculine for the super. Whoa, there we go. Okay, 7 more. asking for any messages for the divine masculine for the super full moon. I have a feeling your message is very specific. Okay, 4 more. Thank you. Three more. Okay. These 2 cards are flipped. I will take them because that doesn't happen often. Okay. Now I got a chunk. What to do with this chunk? That is the chunk, which I'm not going to use, but I have these 2 that fell separately. So I'm going to take them. I feel I should take them. So we have 9 cards, and then I tend to get in my readings this side conversation. So we'll look at that in a bit. And so now we have your 9 cards. That was a little bit of a time, but it's okay. They're all here now. Let's see what the spirits have to say. Here we go. First card is the 4 of Pentacles. Second card is the Moon card. Third card is 4 of Swords. Fourth card is the Wisdom card, the High Priestess card. Fifth card is Ace of Wands. Sixth card is 10 of Swords. Then we have the 2 of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, and then the Queen of Cups. Interesting. Okay, and then our side conversation, 4 of Cups. All right. Let me see what I can hear. All right. All right. Here we go. The first card is 4 of Pentacles. Now, the 4 of Pentacles in my deck typically means wealth, stability. But in the Rider-Waite deck, the iconic Rider-Waite deck, 4 of Pentacles is the card for stagnation. Oh, first of all, let me just reiterate, as I do in all my readings, the first card tends to set the tone for the entire reading. And then each line, which is what I call now the recent past, recent future, or recent present, and then the future line. So this first card is talking about stagnation. So we're talking about the divine masculine at the messages for the divine masculine at the super full moon. At this time, we're in quarantine. So what they're speaking about is the divine masculine feeling like they're just stagnating. They're in stagnation. They're in just they kind of feel flatline. Like, what do I do? They feel unempowered. They feel helpless in the sense that they can't do anything. They can't leave. They can't go anywhere. And that is difficult for males. And probably even more so for the divine masculine, as there are spiritual tasks for the divine masculine and feminine to do. Now, this is what I'm hearing. The divine masculine has been at a point of stagnation, that they've been wishing upon their heart for some type of truth to be revealed. And so this reading is happening on the full moon, and so hopefully it will be helpful to them. This is the recent past. Four of Swords is the card for resting. All they've been doing is resting, stagnation, resting, looking for answers. The moon card typically has to do with secrets revealed, and it doesn't have to be a secret of the divine masculine, but in the headspace of the divine masculine, they're just wishing, as we do upon the moon sometimes, for information on what to do. They just feel stagnating, and they feel, even though this says resting, they feel restless as they're, being made to call, as we are all being called to go within. So let's go to the recent present. Because of this wish upon the moon, the desire to know information, the divine masculine is seeking the high priestess information, higher knowledge as to what truth is there. What is the truth of, this is what I'm hearing, what is the truth of my circumstances? 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords typically means completion, and swords are thoughts. But in this sense, the divine masculine is saying, what is the truth of my existence? What is the truth of the circumstances? Because I have tasks that I want to do. These are the tasks. The tasks from the King of Saturn. Okay, as you know, Saturn moved into Aquarius March 21st. Saturn is a taskmaster. The King of Saturn, he's a taskmaster. He is, he requires a lot from us. And this is what I'm hearing. For the divine masculine and feminine, the King of Saturn has given the spiritual tasks for them to do. And right now, though, the divine masculine is feeling very restless, the inability to do his spiritual tasks, frustration, stagnation. He wants to know the truth. He wants to seek the truth, find the truth in the spiritual tasks. I keep hearing existence. Find the truth of his existence. So what I say to the divine masculine would be, well, the message for him is to still, as we are all called to go within. Going within will help you to find the truths that you are seeking. Some of our spiritual tasks, some of them, divine masculine, 144s, have to do with ourselves. So it's not always, so you have, these are 10 swords, so you have 10 tasks, and 10 of your spiritual tasks are to help, and then a lot of them are to help other people, but part of it is helping heal ourselves as well. So that is the information that's being told to you. Now, divine masculine, you have also things going on in your heart space. In your heart space, there is your sacred union that you think about. Now, I'm hearing it can't happen. Nothing is happening right now because of quarantine. But this is the future line that we're talking about. You have your sacred union on your mind. You would like to go into sacred union. You would like to have prosperity with your beloved. Ace of Pentacles is the card which typically means prosperity. Notice it's a large pentacle. Pentacles are coin, and then ace is beginning. So you seek this new life with your in your sacred union, and lo and behold, here she is. This is your divine feminine. So this is Queen of Cups. Your divine feminine may be, now this is the energy, doesn't have to be, like if it's not the sign, it doesn't mean that it doesn't apply to you, but divine masculine, your divine feminine may be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, in Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Okay. And notice the Two of Cups. Cups are feelings. Has to do, it can also allude, the cups can also allude to water signs. And here is your water sign. Here is the other half of your sacred union right here. And in the future, this is what you wish for her. This Ace of Pentacles, it tells me that the divine masculine that this may resonate for could be an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus signs. I just hear that whisper. So the last card typically has to do, the last card in the future line typically has to do with what's coming up in the future. So you may be moving towards union with your divine feminine. And you do have this, they're telling me, you do have this wish upon your heart. Some of the wishes that you've put on the moon have to do with abundance, prosperity in your sacred union. I just keep getting this feeling, I just keep seeing this person wishing for it. Just, I see the divine masculine wishing upon the moon, or looking up at the moon, or looking up at the sky, and just, I can just see and feel him wishing upon his heart for this union. Now, why specifically are you guys not together? Partially it's because of the quarantine, but I'm hearing it's also the work that you need to do on yourself. So let's go to the side conversation. You have the Four of Cups. This is typically my card for feeling indignant. Also boredom. I'm hearing boredom. It has to go along this lines. You're just divine masculine. You're going a little bit stir crazy in quarantine, which is understandable. But to combat that, I highly suggest to go within and work on healing yourself. Working on this. Swords are thoughts. There's some things that you need healing with in terms of your way of thinking. That's just what I'm hearing. I'm not hearing like nobody is, I'm not hearing that anybody has a defect per se, but there are just some lines of thought that need aligning, is what I'm hearing. Okay, let's go deeper into, this truth, the Ace of Swords. Okay. All right, here we go. We'll ask for Ace of Swords. We'll ask for, they can tell us more about the Ace of Swords. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay, just jumping. The first card was Three of Cups. Second card, Princess of Swords. So this truth that you're seeking is about Three of Cups. So the truth, we're drilling down on this card, Ace of Swords. Three of Cups is my card for reunion. So you're seeking truth. You're seeking, Princess of Swords is clarity. That's the card for clarity or defense, but we're talking about truths here. She has a sword of truth in her hand. Here is the sword of truth as well. You're seeking the truth about your reunion. If you're ever, so what I'm hearing is if you're ever going to be reunited, as you can see, you increase. You have your Two of Cups and then your Three of Cups. It's like you want so badly this union to be reunited. You want clarity on that. So they just showed me, if you want clarity on that, it's going to be what they're going, if you want clarity on your union, being reunited, it's going to require you to go within and heal yourself, they're saying basically. The Divine Feminine got a similar reading, and it's something that, we hear all the time. Before we can move that piece so that we can have union, a lot of times it requires work within ourselves, because a lot of it has to do with vibration. Okay, so the person that you are now, as you go within and work on yourself and heal those parts of yourself, you start elevating, you start raising higher in your vibration. And as you raise higher in your vibration, you change as a person. Your vibration changes. You're fundamentally different. So as you are a divine masculine, you have your divine feminine. Unless both of you are on the same vibrational level, you won't come into union. So how do we do that? How do we get on each other's vibrational levels so that we match? We work on ourselves. And this is the message also for the divine feminine, as we raise our vibrations, see, because we're going like this throughout your timelines. You're like this. You're missing each other because one is ready, one is not ready, because one has worked on themselves, one's not worked on themselves. One's worked on themselves so much, they're up here. The other one hasn't worked on themselves. Once you're at a vibrational match, then you can come into union. And that's a lot of the philosophy that permeates our spirituality, our world of spirituality. As I don't want to say it, but I'm gonna have to say it. But as you know, twin flames, they typically can't come into union unless they work on themselves. So 144s, that's basically how I see you. We just use that old nomenclature. And it seems, I've been watching I'm always learning, always reading, always studying something. And I've been watching the search results. There are few and fewer search results for keywords like twin flames. There's more of the people searching for divine masculine, divine feminine. And that tells me that people are discovering more and more of who they are. So back to the vibrational match. That is what is going to take to come into union. And what does a vibrational match mean? That means that you guys have learned certain things on your journey so that you can be I'm not going to say identical, so that you can be um, that you can be a vibrational match to your person, meaning as we work on ourselves, we elevate ourselves, and elevation means, more acquisition of knowledge, more learning about ourselves, about the universe, about how we fit into the universe. So as expansion happens, as expansion happens, we have to find someone who is also equally going through expansion or in expansion or has experienced expansion. Because if you can imagine, if you are vibrating at this level and you meet someone or you try to come into union with someone that is, so this is a divine masculine, someone that is not vibrationally matched to you, doesn't, I'm not going to say doesn't believe in the same as you, but as you know, divine masculines and feminines, you're different. So, but let's just go with it. Just imagine that you try to come into union with somebody who is not vibrationally matched. I mean, what are you going to talk about? You know what I mean? See how you miss each other? What are you going to talk about? But if we talk about, divine masculine and divine feminine, not vibrationally matching, I mean, it's a little similar. It's like, one of you has worked so hard and is at this level of knowledge, compassion, all of that, and then the other person hasn't worked on themselves, you're not going to match, But if, your counterpart also studies, works on themselves, heals themselves, acquires knowledge, learns about themselves, becomes emotionally intelligent, all of a sudden you're at the same level, and then you can come into union. So that's what that means. Sorry if that was a long tangent, but I guess it's something that they really want you to know. So for the divine masculine, I want to always offer balance in this channel. So I don't want to just do, one set of energy, which is the feminine, the goddess energy. So I'd like to also offer a male energy. So we will consult with the gods and titans and see what they have to say. All right, here we go. Let's see what the gods and titans have to say for the divine masculine, for the super full moon, in conjunction with this reading. Okay, we got 3. Let's see who they are. Doesn't matter what order. Whoa, we have the Eros, love, Lord. Then we have Maui, interesting. Divine Feminine got them as well. And we have Anubis, protection. What does this combination mean? All right, let's do this. Eros. Step out of chaos and allow love to direct all. A new love liberates your mind, body, and soul. Ooh la la. Okay, shadow side. From the outside, it's easy to see the downsides of being addicted to love. But from the inside, the thrill of the chase, the excitement of being close to someone, the rush of adrenaline can all combine to form a powerful addiction. Love is a wonderful thing, but too much addictive love is not. While love can be liberating, it can also cage us. We may feel tempted to misuse the hold we have over others in love relationships. We may feel as if we are caged, creating a dependency on the other person. We have to be sure we are truly aligned with ourselves in our highest form when dealing with love. Okay, I'm already hearing the message. This is going to resonate for a particular set, and it has to do with healing yourself before you come into union. So it has to do with some of you. It has to do with the tasks that you have to work on before you come into union, and it's a very big possibility as to why you have not come into union with your divine feminine. It is something that you have to work on. It's affecting your vibration. The occurrence of your going too extreme in love, it has to be balanced out, it has to be healed. So that's not going to resonate for everybody, but for those who it resonates for, this reading was meant for you. Okay, now we'll go to the god Maui. The divine feminine got them too. Okay. Feel eager again for discovery and adventure. Curiosity may help you break barriers and solve problems. Maui climbed up the mountain and found a hen just about to make the fire. Not wanting for her to start, he grabbed her and held her prisoner, reminding him that if he hurt her, the secret would be lost. The bird convinced Maui to release her in return for the recipe for fire. The old hen taught Maui how to start a fire by rubbing special sticks together. Maui, quite the funny man, said to the mud hen, "Come here, there is one more thing to rub," and he rubbed the feathers on her head so hard that a bald patch appeared. Ever since that day, mud hens have had no feathers on their heads. Maui's sense of discovery also extended to creating fish hooks so powerful that it pulled up whole islands from the ocean, to his utter surprise, mind you, and it is said that he created the islands of Hawaii in that way. Call on Maui when you are eager for discovery, when you are working on solving a difficult problem and the answer seems far away, or when you need to find a little of the hero within yourself. Shadow side. Maui is a trickster and often makes his discoveries or gets his prize through stealing or, at the very least, outmaneuvering those in his way. While the end sometimes does justify the means, deceit and deception are not the ideal ways to get what we want. Maui's appearance raises questions about our levels of authenticity, honesty, and contrivance. We need to also monitor our levels of anger and frustration. Sometimes humor can diffuse a difficult situation in the best way possible, helping you on some of your spiritual tasks, but also I'm hearing during this time of going within, during quarantine, they're suggesting that you use humor to help you get through it, help you get through this time. Because, we're not allowed to leave. So it can be very frustrating for males. They like to just be out there. Not to say that women don't, but, men like to just be out there, go out there. So I'm hearing they suggest that you watch a lot of funny movies, funny shows. Don't watch the news. They're saying definitely don't watch the news. But they're saying, keep the humor up, keep laughing, because that's going to help you get through this time. All right, now we have Anubis for protection. Interesting. What are you being protected from? Let's see. Grief and suffering are a natural part of life. Know that you are loved and protected at this time and at all times. Oh, okay. I thought, are you being protected from the divine feminine? Shadow side. Death will inevitably happen to all of us. The death of certain relationships or phase of a relationship is also inevitable. Should our fear of the unknown become so strong that it dictates our lives, it limits us. Death is a part of life and should be seen as such. Do not let fear of change cause you to react angrily or become paralyzed and refuse to act at all. Accept that it is part of life and grieve appropriately, knowing you are always protected. All right, so what I'm hearing about that is they're talking about some divine masculines during this time of quarantine, you're just feeling really stagnated. You're just feeling like it has changed your life so dramatically. And it has, you know, well, that's, you know, that's the truth of the matter. It's changed all our lives all over the world dramatically. But the divine masculine, you're having a time of it. And so they're saying, don't be afraid of this change. Embrace this change. What I was, I don't know if I was saying that earlier in the Divine Feminine's reading, but contrast gives way to what we desire. So, you know, it's about polarity, the law of polarity, or sorry, duality, the law of duality. You know, one can't happen without the other. So what we want can't happen without change. Yes, things are changing, but the things that we desire it'll come out on the other end of change. And they want me to remind you that change is always constant. Change should be welcome. Change should be expected. Change should be desired because energy needs to stay dynamic. It needs to always change. It needs to always, we need to always have movement forward. If we, if we just have status quo where it's just, just, if you think about it, it's a flat line. If we have just status quo, we don't grow, we don't experience, we don't learn. And the whole purpose of our spiritual beings coming into these forms is to experience. So, all right. Well, that concludes our reading for the Divine Masculine for the full moon. I hope that this helped. I hope that it resonated, and I hope that it shed some light on some questions that you may have had. It looks like the Divine Masculine is doing a lot of introspection, which is great. It's fantastic. It's what we're all supposed to do. But just take comfort in knowing that your future is here. You know what? They're telling me, read to them who the Queen of Cups is. They want you to know her qualities. Okay, the Queen of Cups, soulfulness, emotion, inspiration. Okay, she's a deep feeling person. She has, here's the meanings. Mastery of all that Venus and the suit of cups represents: art, beauty, intimacy, love, the ability to express love, to nurture others, an older woman who inspires others to live harmoniously. Okay, that might resonate for a particular set, but this woman, Divine Masculine, is someone to look forward to. Cups are feelings. So they're telling me she has a huge capacity to love. Her heart is huge. And this is what I'm hearing. She has the huge capacity to love you in the way that you want. So that's what you have to look forward to. In the meantime, carry out your spiritual tasks. And part of that is going within and healing the parts that are not healed. As you do that, you'll move the pieces and the other pieces can fall into place. Okay, so I'm going to conclude it again, but I thank you very much for your support. Thank you for spending your time with me, choosing to spend your time with me. I really appreciate it. And please like, comment, share, and any feedback you have, leave it in the comments below. I love to hear from you. And I appreciate all my long-term subscribers and supporters, and I welcome the new subscribers as well, especially. I appreciate you all. Have a fantastic day, have a fantastic full moon, and please stay safe and well. Thank you.